Authorities filed charges against the owners of a Southwest Missouri girls' home. The House passes COVID-19 relief and it's headed for the president's desk. It's the subject of today's Insta Poll question, and we'll find out what viewers think.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Missouri Attorney General files dozens of felony charges against the owners of the Circle of Hope Girls Ranch. This is KOAM News at 6. Boyd and Stephanie Householder, the owners of Circle of Hope Girls Ranch in Cedar County, Missouri, are charged with more than 100 felony charges combined. They include sexual, physical, and mental abuse charges, as well as neglect charges. In August of 2020, the state removed around 20 girls from the facility, and the Attorney General's office got involved in November. The Attorney General's office says so far 16 alleged victims have come forward.
As the father of 2 young girls, it is simply unthinkable to me that this type of behavior and abuse can be perpetrated against those who are so vulnerable.
Something my parents would always tell me is, you've made your bed, now you have to lie in it. Well, my parents made their bed and now they're going to have to lie in it. And as hard as that is for me, it's about time.
That was Amanda Householder on TikTok, the owner's daughter, who's been working to expose the alleged abuse at the facility for several months. The Householders are being held at the Vernon County Jail. Circle of Hope was a Christian-based boarding school for girls. It closed permanently in September after the investigation began. A tanker truck rollover caused traffic to be diverted for more than 2 hours in Newton County, Missouri this afternoon. Happened around 1:30 on Highway 43 south of Interstate 44. The Highway Patrol tells us the tanker was empty and no one was hurt. Highway 43 reopened to traffic a little before 4 this afternoon. Checking in with Doug Hetty now for a first look at the weather.
Well, it's been very mild and extremely windy once again for us today. Temperatures right back up into lower 70s, and we've dropped back just a little bit, mainly upper 60s to lower 70s in our western counties, but still the wind is cruising. We have these south winds sustained in that 20 to 30 mile per hour range, and then we've had gusts which have been much stronger than that, anywhere from 45 upwards to 50 miles per hour. It's going to stay very windy tonight until our cold front rolls through, which is not going to happen until early tomorrow morning. We're pretty quiet right now. I do think we'll start to get some thunderstorms going out across northeastern parts of Kansas. You can see a little bit of a dry line. Some of these storms could be strong, possibly severe as we go through the evening hours, but these are mainly going to be in our northern counties. Most of us are going to stay dry until after midnight. When this front sinks a little bit farther south, that's when everybody has a much better shot to get some thunderstorms. Of course, we're going to break this down for you here in just a little bit.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, Doug. The $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill is now headed to President Biden's desk for a signature. The U.S. House today voted to approve the relief plan along party lines, with a single Democrat voting against it. The package includes direct payments of up to $1,400 for some Americans. It also sends billions of dollars in aid to states and municipalities and extends pandemic unemployment benefits. The president is expected to sign it on Friday. Brings us to today's KOAM News Now Insta Poll. Our question today is, how do you feel about that $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill passed by Congress? You think it sounds good? Is it too expensive? That's what most say at this point, or it doesn't go far enough. You can participate in this poll at KOAMnewsnow.com/vote or through the KOAM News Now mobile app. The results are updated live, and we're going to check in on them a little bit later in this newscast. Missouri will move into its next vaccination phase on Monday. On Tuesday, the Nevada Regional Medical Center will hold a mass vaccination clinic for those in the new phase and those already eligible. NRMC will administer the Moderna vaccine from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and the Johnson & Johnson vaccine from 1 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Kansas could finish immunizing seniors, meatpacking employees, and other essential workers and move on to the next phase of the coronavirus vaccinations by next month. Dr. Lee Norman, the head of the state health department, said in a webcast that he anticipated the state would begin the third phase of vaccinations in 4 weeks or maybe a little bit less. The next phase includes people ages 16 to 64 with medical conditions that put them at severe risk if they're infected with COVID-19. including cancer and type 2 diabetes, as well as workers in critical industries such as information technology and government. The Wildcat Extension Office is joining the effort to beat back the pandemic. SEK Beats the Virus is an effort by the Wildcat Extension Office to dispel misconceptions regarding the virus and vaccine distribution. They're part of a statewide effort called Kansas Beats the Virus. The group mainly gets information out through the Wildcat Extension Office website and the SEK Beats the Virus Facebook page. We spoke with Frances Graves from the Extension Office about a common misconception she encounters regularly.
Fact of the matter is, because of federal funding, these vaccines are totally free for all people, and the COVID tests are totally free for all people.
You can see our full interview with Graves on our website. That's koamnewsnow.com. Joplin Area Chamber of Commerce is working to bring a General Motors battery factory to town. Now, yesterday we told you Chamber President Toby Teeter sent a tweet to General Motors pointing out $200 million in incentives and savings if the company were to bring a battery factory to Joplin. There's also been a page dedicated to the effort on the Choose Joplin website. Teeter says if the company were to come to Joplin, it would bring 1,000 jobs to the city. It's not unlike last spring when the chamber president sent tweets to Tesla owner Elon Musk trying to bring that company to the city.
No, we did not lend Tesla, but we have two other companies that have since signed on and decided to build here in Joplin, one from Europe and one from Texas. And it's really important to really kind of pound our chest and talk about Joplin. We have a lot of things to sell here. This is just time to tell the story.
Teeter says that higher ups at General Motors have started discussions with the Chamber of Commerce. Still ahead, a Southwest Missouri organization branches out to help businesswomen in Southeast Kansas. And a Neosho senior looks to capture his 4th state wrestling title. The focus is on women business leaders as a new organization makes a home in Southeast Kansas. The organization is called New Growth. They're behind a women's business center in El Dorado Springs, Missouri. Thanks to grant money, the organization is extending services into Crawford and Bourbon counties of Kansas. One of the missions is to cultivate community interest and entrepreneurs.
Sometimes when you're a small business owner, you feel like you have to know everything to be successful, and that's almost impossible. So hopefully some of these services can help those women entrepreneurs find those needed resources.
The Business Center also helps people connect to resources to help them succeed. A bigger athletic and academic complex is coming to Labette Community College in Parsons, Kansas. This groundbreaking ceremony today officially kicked things off. The $5.8 million project renovates and expands the current gymnasium. There'll be new spaces for fitness and wellness education.
So they're excited that, it makes them feel really good to know that so many people gave to help make their lives better, to help them to compete at a higher level in a better facility, and to bring in more fans and bring in more community spirit and pride.
College officials say the finished product will not only add to the college, but really to the entire Parsons community. This week is state championship week for Missouri high school wrestling. The Neosho Wildcats are going to hit the mat on Friday for the Class 3 tournament. Neosho is one of the most dominant programs in the state, winning 9 state titles as a team in the last 11 years. We also have one of the most dominant individuals, senior Caden Auk. He has a chance on Friday to finish his high school career at a perfect 4 for 4 at the state championships.
He remembers, where he started and where he's going. He doesn't ever forget the path that he's on. He stays very focused and determined, and that's one reason he is where he is and hunting down a 4th title.
It's been a journey. It's been fun and it's been hard. Like everything else in life, you got to work hard for what you want.
We're going to have our full story with Alk and the Wildcats tonight at 10. Doug Hetty is up next with his complete forecast. And later, a 90-year-old Kansas woman escapes her burning home after a car crashes into it.
Well, it's turned out to be another mild and also very windy day once again for us today. Temperatures back into lower 70s, but also the winds. We've had winds gusting 40 upwards to 50 miles per hour at times. Look at our temps. Most of us on the Missouri side, upper 60s. Oklahoma, upper 60s to near 70, and once you get into southeastern Kansas, mainly into lower 70s across the region. But look at the winds. Strong south winds have been kicking in all day long. This is going to continue as we go through the rest of the evening hours. We have sustained winds about 15 to 25, but we're still getting gusts that are above 30 miles per hour. So it's going to stay very windy this evening. Then once our front, which is right along the I-35 corridor, starts to push in, that's when we'll see those winds diminishing a bit. Looks good outside from the station, currently sitting at 68, south winds at 20, humidity at 59%. Through the evening hours, we slide back through the 60s, and then most of us kind of hang out near 60. But if you live in our northern counties where the front has already passed through, you'll drop into the upper 40s, but you can see our southern counties stay in the lower 60s. So we're going to have a pretty good temperature range across the region. Not too much going on right now. We're starting to get a few random little thunderstorms in our very far northern counties. Besides that, the clouds are broken up. You can see this first wave, and then right behind it, a second wave, which is going to roll in Thursday night into Friday. So let's go look at the first wave. You can see this band of thunderstorms just to the east of St. Joe, just to the west of Kansas City, and then it trails back right along I-35, continuing to develop near Wichita. And we are getting a few little thunderstorms ahead of this line. Now, these are mainly just strong, but we can't rule out that a few of these during the evening hours are low-grade severe. So that's something we're going to watch. I think most of these will stay in our northern counties as we go through the rest of the evening hours, and then we'll start to see a transition as we go into the overnight hours for us tonight, pushing a little bit farther toward the south. So severe threat, at least for tonight, mainly on the Kansas side, and this is going to be from about now until 1 a.m. I'm going to keep tornado, hail, wind, and rain threat all on the low side, but even when these storms work a little bit farther south, I do think that we will start to see at least some stronger thunderstorms, at least through the metro, but severe probably not. So we're going to watch this. Let's go through time. Here's midnight. You can still see these scattered showers and a few thunderstorms. After midnight, they kind of blow up a little bit more. So here's 3 a.m. Finally, the storms are going to make it down toward the I-44 corridor. These are going to last into the morning hours. We'll have bands of showers and bands of thunderstorms through tomorrow morning. And then I think by tomorrow afternoon, we'll just have these hit and miss light showers. Now, temperatures are going to drop through the day. We'll start at 63, 57 by noon, and then we'll be down to about 53 by the time we head into the evening hours. So it's going to be a pretty big switch as we head into the next couple days. Also rainfall. A lot of areas are going to pick up 1, 2, if not 3 inches of rain just over the next 2 days. And as you can see on our 7-day, we have plenty of rain chances all the way into the weekend. So 63 and dropping tomorrow, 64 on Friday, thunderstorms Saturday and Sunday, showers on Monday, thunderstorms again by Tuesday.
That adds up to the potential for an awful lot of rain in the coming days.
Yeah, I bet over the next week, most of us get 5 to 6 inches.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. It'll be soggy out there.
Yes, it will.
Thanks, Todd. Hey, don't forget, you can be the first to know about today's weather with KOAM Skywatch weather app. Get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone, and it's absolutely free of charge. It's available in the Apple App Store, also the Google Play Store. Again, KOAM Skywatch weather app. Still ahead, a 90-year-old Kansas woman escapes after a car crashes into her house and starts a fire.
By the grace of God, we're still around and Shirley is still alive.
We're going to hear from neighbors who witnessed the whole thing. A 90-year-old Wichita, Kansas woman's home was destroyed, and she barely escaped a fire after a car crashed into her house early yesterday. Carolyn Elliott reports.
Shattered glass and charred possessions is all that's left of this home after a car crashed through a home and quickly started a fire.
And I saw a glow of orange, so I knew something was on fire, and I stepped out the door and my neighbor's house was on fire.
The 90-year-old woman managed to make it out of the house fire just in time.
And after we got her to safety, she kept asking, "Where's my dog? Where's my dog?" So I just kind of felt like that was going to be it for the dog, and unfortunately it was.
Neighbors say the family is still in shock after the car crashed through the home at 3 a.m. Crews spent almost 12 hours cleaning up and removing the car from the home so the family could salvage the few items that are left. In total, the crash caused $140,000 in damage, but neighbors say the woman is lucky to be alive.
By the grace of God, we're still around and Shirley is still alive, and that I am grateful for.
The driver was seriously hurt. Police still don't know just what caused that crash. Because of previous incidents on the street, neighbors are now contacting city leaders to request speed strips on that road. Final check on the weather is next. Take time now to honor a local veteran, Private Harvey Prow. The Shell City, Missouri native served in the U.S. Army, and we are proud to salute Private Harvey Prow. He's tonight's four-state hero. Okay, earlier we told you the U.S. House has passed that $1.9 trillion relief package, and in tonight's KOAM News Now Insta Poll, we're asking how you feel about that bill. Here's how the numbers shake up right now. So far, 39% say sounds good, 56% say too expensive, the rest 5% say it doesn't go far enough. You can still participate in this vote. We're keeping it open through the evening. You can go to koamnewsnow.com/vote or through the KOAM News Now mobile app. Results are updated live, and we're going to have the final results for you tonight at 10. You can own your very own slice of Caribbean paradise. Little Ragged Island in the Bahamas, also known as St. Andrews, is for sale. The 730-acre island boasts freshwater ponds, snorkeling, and sailing opportunities. And get this, it even has its own flamingos. Your nearest neighbor would be a 10-minute boat ride away. The island is for sale through Concierge Auctions, a U.S. real estate company that auctions properties. To join the auction, you need a $100,000 deposit. The island's listed for $19.5 million, but there is no minimum bid. Bidding opens on March 26th, closes on March 31st. A number of island brokers have reported a huge demand in islands, private islands, since the pandemic started. For obvious reasons, I guess. Here's a look at what's coming up on our sister station, KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to look at where Kansas now stands in the COVID-19 vaccination process and what's next. Plus, the World Health Organization says an alarming number of women are suffering abuse. How COVID-19 could be making the problem worse. And an antiviral pill is getting some attention as researchers study its positive effect on coronavirus patients. All that and much more coming your way tonight. KOAM News at 9 on our sister station, Fox 14. All right, let's check back with Doug now for a final look at the weather.
All right, thunderstorms starting to pop up, but through the evening hours, these are mainly going to be in our northern counties, but some of them could be strong, possibly low-grade severe, so we'll definitely keep our eyes on that. Then everybody else gets into the action late tonight after 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Still some strong thunderstorms into tomorrow morning and then afternoon, showers, but our temperature is dropping into the lower 50s by tomorrow evening.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.